But guys, I want to talk about Final Battle, the media scrum, aka Tony's a victim scrum here. So I never watched this whole thing yet. It's an hour 52. I'm gonna skim through it, and we are going to watch this together.
What a fantastic night of pro wrestling. It's great to see all of you.
And here's
Thanks for being here. It was a great ROH Final Battle. I think we've had so many amazing shows in a short time since taking over and relaunching ROH. And we're back here where I had my first one and thought it was an amazing show. And I'm really excited to get this started. I really appreciate all of you being here. And thanks everybody who checked out ROH Final Battle or AEW Friday Night Rampage on TNT tonight. There was so much great pro wrestling, and I appreciate all the fans who checked it out. And now let's start out the media scrum with some of the greatest wrestlers in the world after an amazing match. Ladies and gentlemen, FTR and Mark Briscoe.
Okay, Mark Briscoe, FTR coming up.
It's our greatest match of all time. No questions asked. Being able to have this match for Jay
that's them. That's Mark and Jay. Like,
just putting them over. Me, let's see what Mark's got to say.
Man, let me tell you, this is therapy, man. This is like real deal, real talk. This is therapy. Ain't a shrink in the world that could do for me what this here tonight did, man. Like, I tell you, it's hard to put into words, man. Like, you know, me and my brother, we started training in February of 2000. And then had our first match in May of 2000. So we're coming up on 24 years, quarter century. Briscoes, like, you know, it's crazy, man. But and it's like all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, and one day he's gone. You know, and it's like, how do you carry on?
God, all right, Mark, man, or Jay, pardon me.
Look at what we did tonight, man. That's how you carry on. You know,
and also, we talked about earlier the WWE on Fox thing, and then like AEW tweeted out like Jay Briscoe was eliminated from the whatever when he lost, and then there was no uproar, no one said shit, and it's like that was pretty fucking weird of a mistake of a tweet, and that's coming from in-house AEW. So, I just feel like you guys know my thoughts. The WWE on Fox is probably a fucking 21-year-old intern girl who didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Person in AEW should probably have more of a fucking idea of what's going on. That being said, though, like, none of these people deserve to get attacked for fucking tweets, man. It's tweets, you know? So, anyways.
You know, and these boys right here, like, it's crazy how God works, because he brought us into their lives. He brought them into our lives. And my good man Tony Khan right here has been just like
I don't mean to shit on it, but Tony Khan wouldn't fucking put the Briscoes on TV until after Jay passed, R.I.P.
Mediator, you know what I mean? The guy who made it happen. It's just like, it's crazy. Like I said, it's crazy how God works, because just how, you know, the Briscoes and FTR, you know, 10 years ago you said Briscoes and FTR, and everybody be like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? But now it's like forever, from now on, forever, we're synonymous. You know what I mean? We're in the same. If you mention Briscoes, you're going to think of FTR. If you mention FTR, you're going to think of the Briscoes. So it's just,
it's like the Hardys.
It's amazing, man. But yeah, tonight was so therapeutic. So therapeutic.
And the Bucks could have been a part of that, but they just
I can't. I'm happy right now. I'm happy.
Egotistical fucks, man.
Just real quick before the next question, I won't go too long on this, but to kind of put into perspective what he was saying about how things happen for a reason. And up until the Tuesday before Final Battle last year, we were never supposed to have that match with Mark and Jay. It was going to be a totally different match, totally different team. And I still have the text where Tony texted us, and he said, I want to do you guys and the Briscoes, the trilogy. at Final Battle instead. And I was thinking dog collar, double dog collar. And if that text hadn't been sent and we hadn't changed everything that was written down, we never would have had that chance again. But we were able to do that match. We were able to have that third, and man, we were
Fucking
able to.
Bucks. No just kidding, but
I
good.
think send Jay out in the best way possible. If it's going to happen, I can't think that he would be upset about knowing that was the way like he got to finish his time here,
brother.
So
100%, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, the first Briscoe's FTR one, like it was crazy. It was like crazy. Yeah, right here. It was just crazy how that was just like game changing. We've been wrestling, tagging 20 some odd years. Briscoe's FTR one.
Some of these comments are just like, oh, the feelings back, the most important promo in all of wrestling. It's like, there's 39,000 views on this. Just look at WWE. Like, I can scroll down. There's 107,000 views on Lana's, CJ Perry's Hey EW interview. There's 39,000 views on this scrum. It's not the most important speech. It's just called a bill of goods, man. When Tony's like the sports based and the records and all that shit, I'm like, yes, and then it's all fumbled. It's all fumbled. So I'm not shitting on any of what these guys are saying. And yes, they shoot literally the Briscoes and FTR, two of the GOATs, but
level Briscoes FTR too. And it was like, holy,
it's just
you made the right move, brother.
Thanks, buddy. And tonight, this felt like the right match, and it was something that obviously we were talking about the Continental Classic. You guys have had a lot going on in the Continental Classic. There's been a lot going on with FTR and AEW, particularly on Collision, and we've had so many exciting things happening. But I was trying to think of, this was the place. I mean, to be honest, for so many people in AEW and ROH, this was the last place most of us, myself included, saw Jay Briscoe. And after the pay-per-view, hanging out was the last time I saw him, and we really all hold the memories very special of Final Battle last year, and we'll cherish it. So coming back to Dallas again for Final Battle, I wanted to do something special, and I just was trying to put my finger on it. And then,
congratulations on the win. Let's look ahead.
I like how you say win. I love that, dude. It reminds me of my North Carolina accent. Hell yeah.
Okay, North Carolina, Texas.
Same.
Our barbecue's better, but it's okay. It's okay.
Still.
We use the smoke.
That's his fighting words.
Let's look ahead. Any thoughts of going after the AEW Trios titles or the
That's
Ring of
what they
Honor
should
six-man
do.
titles?
Viable.
That's what they should do.
They carry skill.
hot tag, and you're not pacing yourself like you're in a singles match. It's almost like you're running your hot tag in your own match, if that makes sense.
That's it, man. It's just like embedded into my brain. It's become a part of my mindset that, okay,
I think there's great opportunities to do all of those things. And just as we've seen this year, I think we've seen all these guys flourish together and individually.
Triggered me. You know what I mean? It triggered me.
And that's okay.
So here's Mark Briscoe talking about that.
This is
WWE on
where
Fox.
I'm coming from. My best friend, my brother, you know what I mean? Not been gone a year, and I see this, and it just triggered me. You know what I mean? It triggered me,
and that's okay.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
okay.
But that's what I'm
He's
saying, man. I'm a human, man. We all human.
Yep.
Some people act like they somehow, some way. I don't know what the next level from human is, but they act like they one level higher than
we were talking about
that they
before.
don't make mistakes or something. But I'm like, okay, let me at least tell these people, explain to these people that what I'm feeling. So it's hard, man. It's hard, but faith in God is what's getting me through, because I truly, truly believe that my brother's in a better place. He's doing better than me. He ain't got to worry about no bills, none of that bullshit. no dumbass Twitter posts. You know what I mean? He's doing good right now, man. But it's tough. This is our first, holiday season, first Christmas without him, and I'm trying my best to hold it together for the family, for his his wife and his
Yeah,
kids and mom
he's
and
a
dad and
man
my
for
sister
owning and
and
being like, look,
you
I got
know,
emotional
so
and I
that's
fucked
kind
up.
of where I'm
That's-
focusing at. And tonight, just like I said, therapy, man, the therapy that it just ain't nothing like it out there. It's just there's nothing like it. It's just nothing like it. But yeah, man, it's not easy. And we're adjusting to this new normal. When I say we, me, and the family, we're adjusting to the new normal. And yeah, so if anybody want to just put it like this, and anybody in the professional wrestling world is going to call themselves them boys, then I'm gonna come at you. And then I don't care who you are. No, there's one them boys, and that's the Briscoe brothers. Damn it.
Yeah, right. But they didn't mean it that way. It's some fucking intern, dude, who doesn't know. Like, no offense to the Briscoes, but just people, like, none whatsoever. They're one of my favorite teams. But it's just some girl who works at Fox. I've said it 100 times. She doesn't fucking know. Or maybe they do work for WWE, but they called like in September, they called Judgment Day dem boys then as well, and no one said shit. And I just don't think they would fucking do that, man. They honored Jay Briscoe when he passed. Like, that would just be, that's such low bullshit, that I just don't think they would do that. So, moving along here, we'll skip ahead to Ethan Page, I think, comes out next.
Unbelievable.
I'm listening to this for the first time with y'all.
Going
that's
now,
why I'm a little
after
more
that
quiet.
great I Quit match. Thank you.
Yeah, you had an I Quit match. I like Ethan Page, Canadian stand-up.
Hello, everyone.
Tony's just got a big old smile.
Congrats.
Thank you. I feel like I deserve it tonight. That one was pretty rough.
You do.
Sure.
Ethan, Brian Zilm, PW Torch, congratulations.
Thank
Hope
you.
your head's okay.
It's, I'll survive.
Well, my question, Ethan, is to you, especially in the AEW sphere. If you're working more in ROH, somebody might look at that as a step down, but you're utilizing this as an opportunity to get better.
It should
guidance
be,
or
man.
advice would you provide to someone directly that's
NXT
yearning
they
to
look
get
at
on
as a
television,
step
but
down.
they just haven't
and
had
we all
the chance to do
acknowledge
so
it.
yet?
You get called up to the main roster.
Honestly, for me, this has been
just
kind of
sit
a
here
thing
and
I've done my
put
entire
ROH
career.
on the same level as AEW.
Why would you
Why
not
do that?
assume
That's
the
a slap
place
in
you
the
are
face
is
to
the
AEW
best
and Ring of
place
Honor
to be?
fans.
And if you're not trying to elevate the place that you're in, I don't think you should be there. So if my role right now is to be in Ring of Honor, I want Ring of Honor to be the best show possible. I want to make everyone sign up on watchroh.com. And that's my job. So wherever Ethan Page is, will be the coolest place, the most exciting place, the best place to watch. And if I end up back on AEW, that will be my goal there too. It's been my goal in every company I've been in. I'm very big on waving the flag of the place that's feeding my family. So yeah,
well,
I'm just always going to try my best wherever I'm under whatever letters.
Good for him.
The brand new Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kyle Fletcher. What a great match.
Christ.
Yeah, any side. This is great right here. The path of least resistance. And yes, please. Oh, it's great.
Oh, it's great. He's looking at the belt.
Not at all. First,
he's
unbelievable for one of the.
I am too, dude. When I played
one of the great wrestlers on the planet.
When I played WWE 2K modes and shit, bro. I'm a mark too, but like it's just that, like, these belts are great though. I like that he brought the retro thing back, but
somebody who's great as a tag team wrestler and as a singles wrestler. First singles championship in pro wrestling for the great Kyle Fletcher.
Entire career, yeah.
It's amazing.
Big night.
Great match and great night.
He aged like 5 years in a week.
Emily May with Sportskeeda Wrestling. Congratulations, Kyle. Many have said that this year is a record year for you. If you break it down, you have had the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Championship.
Okay.
Full time. I just won the World Television Championship, my first singles championship in my entire career. In a sense, I really don't have the words. Like, it was never.
Isn't he like this big bad heel with Takeshita and Tony's sitting there smiling? Oh yeah, I did that for you. Like, if it's me, man, I'm just not. I'm pulling a Christian. I'm walking in there kayfabe. I'm not, I'm not even like answering these fucking questions. Even if I'm a babyface, I'm just doing I'm just working the gimmick.
I don't want to say it wasn't where I expected to be, because I've always known this is what I was supposed to do. I've always known that traveling with them, whatever, it's almost like a comfort thing. Like
that tie the art of singles wrestling and tag team wrestling, and also make them very different when you're trying to go from being in a great tag team and being a great single star.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks, Tony, for sharing. Okay, who comes out next?
And Billy Starks.
Billy Starks, the loser. Yeah, let's have the loser of the match. But
congratulations on an incredible match.
Thank you.
She should just be like
young
in
wrestling
like,
genius.
She'd be perfect for ROH.
Hey there, Roy Turner with iHeartRadio's This Is Wrestling. Billy, congratulations tonight on winning.
As
one
like
of
a
the things,
developmental.
you coming into this match tonight, knowing you were against a hometown hero and Athena and everything else. How did you prepare for this match, and what do you see moving forward in terms of what you're going to be facing in the women's division?
I was preparing for my fight of the life tonight. I was extremely nervous going into this, and
She's 18 and she's obviously nervous and shit. She just said, I was ready for my fight of the life. She meant I was ready for the fight of my life.
to be honest, I thought I
Cute. She's cute.
was ready for Athena. I thought I was ready to take over the world. But tonight wasn't my night, and I knew that. But I am happy to have my mentor back, my friend back at the end of the day.
It was incredible. It was an incredible match, and what you two have been through, to see you take it out on each other physically, and then to have that moment at the end, it was really special. And it was such a great main event on one of my favorite wrestling shows of all time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tony.
And to know, Billy, you're only 18 years old and just getting started.
I'm 19 now. I had
You're
a
19?
birthday. Come on.
I'm sorry. When was your 19th birthday?
I was December 8th, baby. Everybody gets confused because I have October on my Twitter.
Excuse me about that. Well, that is confusing. By the way, I apologize for that. I'm sorry. It's been obviously crazy times.
Yeah, she's great.
Before,
Her and
lots of crazy
Athena
stuff
got
going on.
over.
We said earlier,
Big time in ROH.
Mark Briscoe was saying that was the 10th. I guess that was the week of the anniversary of the final match for the Briscoes, and a lot going on with Kenny being in the hospital. But I'm really sorry about that. I'm sorry I didn't.
No, it's okay.
But I meant what I said.
And then he just awkwardly touched her, and he's like explaining, and she's sitting there like, "Yeah, be cool, dude." Like, oh man, oh my goodness.
At 19 years old, and it's crazy because you started working with us right around when you turned 18. I mean, it's crazy how, it's been about a year.
It was literally like the week after my 18th birthday is the first AEW show I came to, and I got to wrestle, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I remember. And you came back, and it's crazy to think about, because I remember when you came back, and it was the first time I'd met you. We were in Universal Studios in Orlando, and I could tell you had something right away.
Oh, thank you so much.
And tried to tell you that. And I guess you had just turned 18. It's crazy to think that was, I guess, a year.
Tony, this is stuff you tell her behind the fucking scenes, not in front of everyone. He's trying to let everyone know I discovered her and made her a genius and blah, blah, blah. Because she's going to go to WWE one day when she's fucking 25. Jesus Christ, man. This is so cringy. And then there's people in the comments, the feelings back. The final battle press conference was beautiful. Jesus. I liked it. And my favorite interviews were those of Billy Starks, Athena, and Ethan Page. I really liked their interviews. That's a bot, 100%. Yeah, I don't know, dude. Crazy.
As you said, it's been a full year. And tonight was just one of my favorite matches, one of my favorite nights, and I just wanted to.
Does he date girls? Like, he probably pays, right? Because, like, she's awkwardly laughing. Like, if you've never hung out with chicks, dude, that's what she's trying to get you to move on and stop fucking saying this stuff that you should be saying in private in front of all these people when she's at a press conference and they're supposed to be asking her questions. It's like he's trying to flex that he knows her.
I know I said it when you came
or that
through.
He discovered
I
her.
just wanted to thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm skipping ahead because I'm douche cringing the fuck out. Now here's Athena.
Guess I'll set this up here. Yeah, just so you guys can see it. right here.
Deja vu all over again for us here, champ. Way
Yeah.
to go. Another great pay-per-view and another great Athena World Championship match.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I'm just used to it now.
Unbelievable.
Hi, Athena. Nika
Oh.
from Body Slam. This is our third or fourth doing this, but anyway, you have really put this company on your back, and you
Yeah,
have
no
been
shit.
doing amazing work to the point that when people say Ring of Honor, they say Athena. It's synonymous.
Well, why?
People
and
are all over
ROH
the
is
internet
synonymous
calling
with
you
AEW.
the
Why
best
not have her
wrestler
on
in the
fucking
company,
Dynamite?
The best
Giving your
champion
women's
in the
division
company, the
over.
most dominant champion. How does that feel for you? Because you've had such a long career, you've done so many great things, but to be in this position now and to do it again at home, how does that feel for you?
It's awesome. Like I sit back and look at what I've been doing this almost 19 years now. I say 20 because it sounds better, because I was technically older than that one that was just in here. But I've been doing this for a very long time, and it's really cool because the wrestling business just keeps changing. There's always something to do. There's always something to work for, but consistently day in, day out, especially when it comes to Ring of Honor, anytime I step in the ring, I treat it like it's going to be my last match, because when I had my Achilles surgery, like, I didn't think I was going to be able to come back. And for me to overcome that and not only come to AEW and ROH and be the dominant champion, which is really fun to kick people in the face nonstop. It's just a really cool moment. And I don't really think it's actually hit yet, because it's not done. It's not over. It's going to continue forever, because that's what I want it to be.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, how you doing, Derek?
I like
We've talked
Athena a
before.
lot. I do. I like Athena a lot. Here, we're gonna skip
Basically,
ahead here.
The last time you regularly competed in AEW, outside of a couple special appearances like at the pay-per-views and things like that, when you've come in and appeared at Forbidden Door, All Out, things like that have been really great. Obviously, the crowd responded great for those. Forbidden Door with Billy was a great situation. I think All Out was a great situation. So I would definitely be open to doing more things. I mean, we've had a lot of fun matches in AEW around the pay-per-views this year.
Thanks, Tony, for
and
talking to her. Like, she's looking at him like she's more professional than fucking he is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead to Tony
first of all,
talking.
great show.
Thank you, Stu.
Tony's questions.
There have been a lot of rumors regarding Warner Brothers Discovery, what they plan to do in the pro wrestling world. Involves, of course, AEW, Ring of Honor.
The whole Warner thing too. It's like, man, it's happened a million times, right? ECW goes on TNN and then fucking they just swap out for WWE. They want to get in wrestling, they get on that network, and then they just do a swap out. Like, it's happened with so many different things before. That's what they're doing. That's what Warner's going to do with AEW.
And maybe another company or two as well. Just give me your thoughts on the relationship. Can you give us...
Listen to Eric Bischoff's podcast. He breaks all of it down so fucking good because he knows, he has experience, and he has it on good authority as well. So yeah,
type of insight as to what
trust Bischoff.
Discussions are looking like now as far as AEW, Ring of Honor, and Warner Brothers Discovery.
Ring of Honor, we haven't had recently as many, but we've had really good conversations about AEW. Even in recent days, I've had really good talks with Warner Brothers Discovery. We've been with them for several years. It's a really exciting time for AEW.
New ownership.
We were the number one
leadership.
show on cable on Wednesday in really what are considered both of the key demographics in TV, which are 18 to 49 and 25 to 54. So it was a great week for AEW. I think we've been putting out some of the best shows we've ever done. Right now, we're on this incredible run. Tonight was a great episode of Rampage, in addition to the great
he went head to head.
Final Battle.
Rampage went head to
head
head with Final Battle.
Collision have been tremendous. I think some of the best in the history of that show, and also Dynamite has been on a great roll in recent weeks.
To who?
There's so many great things happening in AEW.
A great role according to who? Oh, these shows have been great. How's it a great what's different about any of it?
It's great to come in and have the number one rating and be the number one show on cable, which we've done so many times. We've performed incredibly well for Warner Brothers Discovery, and we're very, very, very strong relationship. I think with media rights and all the things coming up, everyone has to do their due diligence. It's just part of the TV business. But I think where we stand in a position for AEW to have a huge growth year in 2024. There's a lot of really exciting things happening that I know Warner Brothers is really excited about, that we've talked about.
They're losing money. I talked about it earlier in the show. They're losing money out of every end, and that Zaslav dude, he just shelved like the Batgirl movie. He just said fuck this DCU shit. We're doing a new DCU with James Gunn because he fucking helped Marvel lay out the MCU and shit. I see like a big play like that could be like a long-term play, whereas AEW, like, they'd have started to do that type of shit if they were interested in doing it with him,
The advance for All In just being a massive success as we're approaching a $5 million gate for a show that is 8.5 months away. And, we're so far ahead of where we were. We didn't put
$5
the
million.
tickets on sale
That's fucking not even the Young Bucks' salary every year, dude. So like, big whoop-de fucking woo. That's what you pay fucking Moxley, dude. Like, two of your top, like, okay, so how much do Edge, Kenny, the Bucks, and Moxley get paid? Anyone care to guess? I guarantee you it's probably 3 times $5 million. Like, let's really think about it. The Bucks are talking about, we got NBA level contracts. So what the fuck is a $5 million gate? Who gives a fuck, man? Like,
last year until spring, and now getting on sale ahead of the holiday season. I mean, it's been a huge success. That's going to be tremendous, and one of the biggest wrestling shows in the history of the world, following up on the biggest wrestling show in the history of the world just months ago. We've done great show after great show. It's been a great year for us.
Is it great, though? Oh, we've done great shows, but what? Okay, why were they great? What moments? Oh, there was a bunch of great matches on each show. Okay, but you have great matches on every show, right? That's your whole thing. Like, they're all long and false finishes and kickouts. So like, what was great about this? What was like a moment in time where everyone will look back and go, holy shit, what a moment? There's none of that, bro. So what's great? Or what about Dynamite was so great recently? Oh, there was a great match between Swerve and okay, but Swerve always has great matches. So like, what else was there? Like in WWE, dude, that Rollins Punk stare down. We just went over an hour-long journey of Punk and all the great shit he's been doing, show to show, and how they're stretching out this story and letting it breathe and alluding to making us wonder who's signing where. Orton's over here. What was so great? The moment when Orton goes, nah, that's $100,000 for next time. Like, that's great shit, pal. What is great on this? Oh, well, Garcia cut a promo at the camera. He wiggled his dink, and then he had a fucking 15-minute back and forth great match. Okay? That's what happens at every show, You guys treat it like an indie, so I don't know.
We started out with some great wrestling to start the year, great matches, and then we went to Revolution in San Francisco and blew it out. And, of course, Ring of Honor, I think all 3 of the major Ring of Honor events have been tremendous this year, including tonight, which was one of my favorite shows of the year, along with Supercard and Death Before Dishonor. I think the Ring of Honor shows have been excellent, but in particular, focusing on the Warner Brothers Discovery relationship that you asked about, we've just gone out and crushed it time after time, and it's been a great year for us. And
I disagree.
Really, All In is the biggest thing we've ever done. And I think it's one of the biggest things anybody's ever done in wrestling. But you have to also look at all the other huge events we've had recently, month after month. All In was a great show, but really since Collision started, I think we've been able to do so much with 5 hours of television. So this was a big year for us with Warner Brothers Discovery. They came to us and asked us to go from doing 3 hours of TV a week on TBS and TNT, expanded it to 5 hours. And that's
they expanded it to 5 hours because Zaslav wanted CM Punk. They wanted a show for CM Punk.
Collision did a great audience this past weekend. It's been up the last couple weeks, and also the shows have been as good as ever. Really strong shows. I was really proud, in particular, the last few weeks. The Continental Classic, I think, has been something really special.
Dynamite too.
So it's a great relationship, and it's going very, very well for us. And I think part of the TV business for both sides is going to be doing their due diligence And that's just a part of sports and television, really. And being a part of the NFL,
They're
and
going
the
to
Premier
swap
League,
out for WWE.
you know, I've seen that
guys.
process play out with certainly different TV networks looking at different sports, and the sports themselves looking at different TV networks. And so emotions as well. These things
We're
quite
just
like
skipping
wrestling
ahead.
themselves and the companies. So many people are on this one platform. It's pretty unique on it. And it sometimes becomes what I've home run, and the wrestling's great and everything's great. And still people are trying to tell you there's some problem with it, or posting a
Listen
in
to
the
this.
business, like do the number one show and people more
Here we
evenly
go.
distributed. Like, to be honest, in the NFL, the biggest platform, and there's all these, you know, there's so much
Listen to
engagement
this
across all these
coke he's
platforms.
doing.
There's been so much growth in TikTok. We're up 300% year over year. NFL
Oh,
on TikTok.
great. That's fucking
And
TikTok, bro.
the amount of football being consumed in TikTok is insane. But that also, I don't want to I mean, what the NFL does on Instagram and Twitter X, it's incredible. But in wrestling in particular, this one platform, X, it is amazing how much time is spent in the industry on it. And it sometimes becomes, what I've seen is sometimes a bit of an echo chamber. And also there's a lot of bad faith. There's a lot of bad faith posting on it. And
so Team Chaos 1988, fucking, you know, the death threats at the girl doing the elite flipped off fucking Hangman who likes CM Punk, AIR Gold, Drainmaker, all these fucking people, man. That's all bad faith. That's all not bad faith. These fucking WWE Real One. That guy's not bad faith. Like, yeah, Jobber Nation TV's bad faith as fuck. We know. But like this, like, you know, it's just that the worst egregious arbiters of this are fucking the echo chamber is more on the other side, dude. Because they can't, like, and what? How do I know this? Because this is why. This is why. Ready? When Edge and Christian have a good match, we go, yeah, dude, that was a great match. When Jade Cargill is in debut, they fucking trash Jade Cargill. Okay? Now, yes, there's shit on the other side, but it's just that he's about to play victim here and act like it's coming from one side.
You can have a great day in the business, like do the number one show, and people try and tell you didn't do something great, or you can break the world record for the most tickets ever sold to any wrestling show ever.
Okay, so Tony, that's a fake stat. You never broke the world record for tickets sold ever. That was just refuted by the government and shit, bro. Like, you didn't do that. But you still did a great thing, but you didn't do that. And then second off, number one show on cable. Okay. Okay, and that's great. That's awesome. The thing is most people that you cater to are not even watching it on cable. They're streaming it illegally, bro. I'm telling you that right now. And it's okay. On Monday night, WWE does millions of people, and they're up against typically football and stuff. Now, I hate those arguments of like, oh, it's up against hockey and shit. I'm always just like, who cares? Like, people are going to watch what's good. Okay? If some shit's good, people are going to watch. The number one thing is like, yeah, there's no wrestling on that night. The wrestling people are tuning in for that. NXT has been able to beat AEW a bunch of times. So I don't know how that feat is great. It's great. It is good. Give you your flowers. I've always said it, like 800,000, that's who's going to watch it every week. But it's not enough to, like, okay, but that doesn't mean that the story's doing good, the story's doing better, anything like that. It doesn't mean that there's no fatigue from these long ass matches and people aren't getting fucking hurt, and just these things that would make, I don't know, dude. Like, Wednesdays is when people watch TV, bruv. You know, that's when Disney puts all their shows Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, they drop everything. All the Marvel shit comes out on Wednesday. The reason for that, man, is it's the middle of the week, and he should be able to hit like 2 million fucking people realistically on these nights if they were, you know, like, if what, like, okay, WCW was able to go head to head and even beat WWE. You're not even close. Dude's not even close. And they were close a bunch of times, and everything's great right now. But what happens if they get booted off WB? Which might goddamn WB, WB, which might happen. What happens if they're booted off Warner? What's going to happen?
And have this massive, huge success on pay-per-view and just hit a home run in the wrestling.
And like the pay-per-view doesn't help fucking Turner. The pay-per-view doesn't help. Like, you know, that's not helping. Like, this is why UFC and WWE abandoned that model, because it doesn't help negotiate a TV right. Oh, our pay-per-view did pretty good. You know,
it's great and everything's great. And still people are trying to tell you there's some problem with it or some detrimental. I have news for you. When people, the drop count of the show, when people posted the number of people that go through the turnstiles, I've never heard of somebody posting a turnstile count, which is not like, there's so many ways to get into a show. And there's so many people I talked to that bought tickets that did not have to go through the turnstiles. But take that aside for a second. The turnstile.
Oh my God, Tony, don't do this. He's just going to embarrass his goddamn self.
Count. That is so normal for North American pro sports. Even if it was 73 out of 81, that would be over the average of show rate for North American.
Okay, so then you sold 81,000 tickets, but then only 72,000 people were there, Tony. So am I willing to believe that you bought 10,000 of those fucking tickets? Yeah. So you're admitting just what everyone was saying, how many people were in the building, the attendance. So y'all are saying the attendance is the same as the tickets sold, but listen to his language. Now he just says the most tickets sold. Okay, but Tony, if I bought 10,000 of them, like in the record business, this is what artists do. They get fucking credit cards and buy up a bunch of their albums in their family's name and shit. So they sold more. Like, that's all people were saying.
Pro sports. So if you take the average, like big four pro sports game in America versus like the tickets purchased and then the people who actually go through the gate.
We know.
People would talk like that was abnormal, or it's like,
no, again, we're not. We're saying that the attendance wasn't what you said the attendance was. What you said the tickets sold were, we all said, okay, he probably sold that much tickets. But also there were reports that came out, dirty dirt sheets that you love so much, Tony Khan, came out saying you sold, or someone that, the rumors were that TK bought like 9 or 10K that were bought by AEW themselves or whatever. So there you go. Like from that company or whatever, Shad Khan's company or whatever. So was that right, or was that probably closer to accurate? Well, if you look at what the turnstile numbers were and then you look at what you say the ticket sales were, sounds like you bought 10,000 tickets. That's all we're saying. That's what we did say the whole time.
To be AEW, no matter how
boots on the ground, Paul Nolan reports.
good you do, there will be people coming for you, gunning for you, because that's what this is. There's a reason that every single person who stepped into my position until now has gone out of business. I'm the only one left.
Because you have more money than all of them. You have more of your dad's money. He goes, I'm the only one left. You weren't there. He's about to name Jim Crockett and all these other people. This guy's talking like he was in the territories fighting in the territory days. I'm the only one left. You weren't there, bro. You're only here because of your fucking money from your family. Your dad invented the bumper or whatever the fuck. Okay? You're only here because of that. I outlasted them. I'm the only one left. Only one left doing what? Who had a shitload of money, who started a wrestling company and was willing to throw $1 billion into it? Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Like, this guy's real. Like, this is a real, like, arrogance, show some fucking humility, bro.
He was stepped up and put millions of dollars into this and done it week after week. And there's no off season. You do it.
So Dixie Carter didn't last 5 years, bro?
52 weeks a year.
There's no off season. We're 52 weeks a year. So you're talking like you're Vince McMahon. No shit, bro. You're not Vince McMahon, dude. You're not the reason wrestling's 52 weeks a year. That's Vince. So what are you talking like? We're the only one to do it. Dixie didn't last 5 years. TNA's not still alive. What is this guy? New Japan's not alive. These other companies, Ring of Honor's not alive. They didn't put millions of dollars in wrestling. Oh, it's alive because of me. Okay, great. Why don't you focus on AEW? What the fuck? Oh, there's always going to be people gunning for you. Listen to this guy, man. I'm the only one left. From who? Jim Crockett, bro? You have more money than these people do to just throw away. That's the only reason you're still here. Otherwise, this shit would have been done. It would have became ROH.
For you, gunning for you, because that's what this is. There's a reason that every single person who stepped into my position until now has gone out of business. I'm the only one left. Everybody who has stepped up and put millions of dollars into this and done it week after week, and there's no off season. You do it 52 weeks a year. It's a fight, and that's a credit to the fans. I know what it is to be a wrestling fan 52 weeks a year. It's hard. And but it's also the most rewarding thing. That's why you can't get away from it for too long. That's why we always come back to it. We're addicted. And it's worth the fight. And I love the fight. And I'm never going to stop fighting it, no matter what happens, no matter how things change.
What fight? To get people hurt and make wrestlers rich for wrestling a little amount of time and not getting good at their craft and sitting at home and then getting hurt when they come to work and get put on bad hokey television that's reminiscent of Vince Russo in the 2000s. Is that what your fight is? Or your fight is just like, oh, I just want to have great matches all the time so everyone can have great matches? What are you contributing? Like Ring of Honor already did that without you, bruv. The Indies were already doing that without you. New Japan was already doing. So what is the fight? Like, what is his fight? That's what's unclear, and that's where this just comes off hypocritical and very, very, the dude needs some humble pie.
It's worth it. It's the fight Jim Crockett fought and Vern Gagne and Ted Turner.
You didn't know any of those people. Vince McMahon and Triple H knew those people. Jim Cornette knew those people. And the difference between you, Tony Khan, and those people is that each of those people knew that they had to hire other people to do what they were weak at. So if they're bad at business, they had someone do the books for the money. If they were a bad booker, they bring Dusty Rhodes in to book. These people, everybody you just named, he's talking like he fought the territory wars with these guys. He didn't. And secondly, those guys all had the humility to hire people to do what they were bad at doing. That's the difference between you and them. Fucking even Herb Abrams had a bit more sensibility, it seems like, than some of this. And this is, this is an incredibly embarrassing. I'm not even trying to gun for you, Tony, like you're talking about. I'm just speaking the truth, man. From the outside looking in, you're talking crazy Adderall shit right now, homie.
And so many other people that have tried.
Vern Gagne. You put his own name in the same breath as Vern Gagne.
I'm doing this for all of you. And I know
you're doing it for Jim Crockett and Vern Gagne. That's what Tony Khan just said, folks. After shitting on them and go, I'm the only one still doing it. Vern Gagne didn't run longer than 5 years. Holy, man. Holy.
Spirit. So thank you
and
very
this
much.
Guy's geeked. Tony's geeked. He's geeked while he's answering this fucking question.
I don't know if we could have launched AEW and this would all be possible without Kenny Omega. And certainly he's as influential on the launch of AEW as anybody. And
absolutely. I've had enough of this. Shout out Kenny Omega. Guys, that was, I don't know. Tony Khan gets a motherfucking. Is shit gonna change?
Nope.
Is he gonna make better business decisions?
Nope.
Is anything gonna get better? Probably not, man. But I'm here for the ride, and you guys are too.